Hello, my name is French Stewart, and I'm here to tell you that love stinks. Love Stinks, released in 1999 and is written and directed by Jeff Franklin, who is also behind such films like Just One of the Guys, Summer School, but is mainly known for his creation of the ABC show Full House. Everywhere you look, every I see. And this film is starring French Stewart. Oh, God. I never thought I would be reviewing a film on this channel that was starring French Stewart. Here's a first. Wow. And is also starring Bridget Wilson, Bill Bellamy, Jason Bateman, and Tyra Banks. Because I'm on my way of being America's Next Top Model. Bitches. And the reason why we're talking about Love Stinks today is because it was a PayPal recommendation and donation from one of my subscribers and supporters who have given me a couple of doozies over the last several months in his PayPal recommendations. Dr. Camp, thank you very much for your support and your recommendation of this. I know you wanted me to get this in for Valentine's Day, so it's a couple of days after Valentine's Day here, so, yeah, I guess the message here is that love stinks and Valentine's Day stinks? I mean, really, the message that I get from this movie is that people stink, and love is a good thing if you find good people for each other, which this movie does not. Seth, played by French Stewart, is a writer-producer of an American sitcom, and at his best friend's wedding, he meets Chelsea, played by Bridget Wilson, who is an interior designer. And he is taken with her because she is kind of hot, and she is taken with him because he has money. So they both start seeing each other. She starts interior designing his entire house, and before you know it, they are a big couple moving in together, and she has the ideas for a proposal. However, it's obvious that Seth never wants to get married and does not see a life further down the line with Chelsea, so Chelsea go crazy. And the film erupts into one chaotic back and forth battle between the two over lawsuits and suing and dating and proposals and wanting marriages and not wanting marriages, and it's just one big gigantic mess. It reminds me a lot of friend couples that I've had over many years, going back to college and then after college, and just seeing them get together and then break up and then get back together again and then erupt into some chaotic thing. People cheat on each other. Yeah, this is a perfect representation of all of that, even though the film is just, it's stupid, ridiculous, kind of fun, but yet very annoying type movie storytelling. I don't know where I was going with that. Basically, I wasn't a huge fan of this movie, and it's pretty freaking ridiculous, and the idea that French Stewart is the leading man in any movie is just hilarious to me. Like, I enjoyed him on Third Rock from the Sun as a side character who would come in and you never saw his eyes because they were always squinting. But you see him in this movie and you go, oh, no, you are just a one-trick pony. You can't really do anything else, can you? Except for looking like a younger version of Ernest P. Worrell and sounding like Jimmy Carson. Now, I know this film has a cult following. 1999, the early 2000s, people did watch this a lot, and they have a lot of good memories of it. There's a lot of nostalgia value, I'm sure, with rewatching this movie. This is my first time viewing it, though. I've never seen it before, and I just never want to watch it again. This film is freaking ridiculous and stupid. And the concept behind the movie is not terrible. Having two people who are very toxic with each other, trying to get together and trying to get married, and then breaking up, and then because you broke up, having your spouse or your other half sue you for breaking up with you. That's a funny concept to me. And I'm sure that's where this movie originated when it came to the writing process. But then what spawned out of that main central idea was just a group of very shitty people. Not one of these characters is redeemable. Seth is a misogynistic pig who is afraid of commitment and is one big giant jerk. Chelsea has an idea of what love is, and instead of actually going out and finding it, she is settling for someone who is not that into her as she is into them, and takes the very low road of suing her boyfriend after they break up, even though they're living in the same household. Like, how does that work? Just shitty people! Then you have the best friends who are jerks to the other couple, and then they're jerks to each other. And there's a lot of dialogue in here that is very childish and goes against non-gender norms. It's a very homophobic screenplay. Like, there's a bunch of jokes in here of like, oh, two guys exiting the bathroom on an airplane. Guess we know what they were doing in there. Like, it's not funny. And there's also a lot of jokes of trying to be like, hey, if you show your emotions, or if you whine and cry, then, oh, you're a little girl. What? Come on. And I know this isn't the only movie that did it in the late 90s and early 2000s, but just seeing it here involved with a lot of characters who are just shit, and I don't give two shits about, it's even more obvious, and it's more annoying. Is this the perfect movie to watch on Valentine's Day with your significant other? Yeah, sure, why not? It teaches you everything not to do. And between the two lead characters, neither of them are more in the right than the other. They're both shit. She is sneakishly moving into this house that she is interior designing for her boyfriend. She brings her cat that he says he is deathly allergic to, but she brings him anyway. And she is constantly saying that she wants to get married and she's looking forward to getting married and she wants to have that big day. She's always been a bridesmaid. And yet here's Seth who's like, yeah, let's date, but obviously I don't have any intentions of ever marrying you and ever settling down. I want to get all of my girls on the side because I'm a famous writer-producer of a TV show. That's laughable to me. A writer being the go-to, hey, let's sleep with that guy, dude. That's very Joss Whedon thinking on his part. The movie is just trying to be funny, and I can feel it trying to be funny. I didn't laugh once. There is a moment in here where the cat seemingly is going to be thrown into the ocean because they're fed up with each other and Seth is a giant dick, as I've stated many times in this review, and I'm sitting there going, you could be angry and you can get sued and be angry at the person, but don't take it out on the fucking animal. Dicks. They're all just big giant dicks. Even Tyra Banks, America's sweetheart and America's next top model, because she used to be and is now trying to be again, whatever. She is a dick too. And Jason Bateman is also a dick in this movie, but at least he owns up to it and he knows he's being a dick. Those were the funniest parts, the Jason Bateman lines, because yeah, he is being a dick, he's keeping along with the whole trend from this movie, but he's also admitting to it. And I like that. I like the honesty. Love Stinks is a stinky movie that I don't recommend anyone go see at all. I'm laughing at the idea of not laughing at this movie, even though this was trying to be a comedy. This movie stinks. This movie stinks. Love doesn't stink. People stink, and this movie stink. That's the message of this movie. If you get anything from this movie, or if you get anything from this review, know that it's not love that stinks, it's the people together that stink. And if you stink together, then move on and find someone else. I'm gonna give Love Stinks half a frickin' Blu-ray. No! Alright everyone, now comes my favorite part of my video is where I pick which movie I'm going to be watching next, and the next one comes as a PayPal recommendation and donation from one of my supporters who has donated on this channel before. James Filbry, you recommended the film Interstate 60, a movie that I have never heard of. Looking at the posters and the production material, it looks very independent. I reviewed a movie last week called 10-Inch Hero. The production value looks very similar to that, so I gotta admit, I'm a little worried. But we'll check it out next time. So guys, if you've seen Love Stinks, what did you think about it? Or even better, don't watch the movie, and comment about your favorite story that you've ever experienced on Valentine's Day. Whatever you thought, comment below, and let me know what your big story is. And as always, if you like what you see here, if you like my take on movies, then hit the subscribe button, and make sure you hit that bell so you know the next time I'm releasing my next movie review. So guys, I will see you next time with my review of Interstate 60. So in the meantime, be well, be good to each other, and go watch a movie. Take care, guys.